Hi CAD buddies, welcome to CAD by Nana. Today's exercise will be on this sheet metal steel bracket. We will be exploring a lot of the sheet metal commands. If you are as excited as I am, let's jump into the video. Please consider subscribing to my channel, like this video, it helps to reach a lot more people. Share with your other CAD buddies and leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'll be glad to read them. Let's go ahead. Okay, so start by creating a new file. So we'll come up here, click on new and select under create 2D and 3D object. Select sheet metal MMIPT. We'll click on that and select create. I always like to save my project first. So let's come up here, click on save and save. I'll save it in my YouTube channel folder and let me name this sheet metal tutorial and click on save. We'll start with a 2D sketch. So we click on that and choose the plane we want to work with. Let's work with the XY plane. So we'll select that and under the arc. So we have line, circle and arc. So under arc, let's drop it down and choose the center point arc. So we'll select that one. Come here to the origin. Let's click in there and then drag it down until you see this dotted circle. So you can click anywhere in between this quadrant. Let's click and then draw our arc by revolving the plus sign around the origin. So we'll click and then right click. Let's press OK. Now we want these 2 points, this and that, to lie on a horizontal line. So to do that, let's select the horizontal constraint up here. We'll select that. Click on those 2 points we are talking about. So this and that, and now we get them on the same line. Let's right click. OK. Now we'll draw a line. So let's pick our line command up here. We'll select our line and draw a line. We'll draw a line. So we'll move a little bit away from this point, move a little bit inward and down, and draw a line down here. Okay, let's right click and press OK. And come back to the arc command and choose the tangent arc. So we select the tangent arc and use an arc to join this point and the point from where we started drawing the line. So we'll click here and draw our arc up to this point. But you see from here that it's only this point that has the tangent constraint. We'll have to apply same here. First of all, right click, press OK, and now let's apply that tangent constraint between this first arc we drew and the second one. So we'll come up here, let's look for the tangent constraint, we click on it and select those 2 arcs, this one and that one. And now those 2 are tangential. So right click and then OK. We want to create this arc and this line on this other side as well. But there's no need going through the process of drawing again. So we'll take advantage of our mirror command. But before that, let's create the line we want to mirror about. So we can use a constructional line for this purpose. Select the line command. Let's come up here and make sure it's a constructional line. So we'll click on this construction button and then come here to the origin and draw a line down. Let's right click and press OK. Now let's deselect the constructional line so that any other line we draw after here is not constructional. So we'll click on it just to turn it off. Now let's mirror this and that. To do that, we'll choose our mirror command up here. So we'll select mirror. It's asking us to select those parts we want to mirror. So we'll select this arc, hold down the control key, and this one as well. And we want to mirror about. So the mirror line, let's select that and choose the mirror line we want to mirror about, which will be this one, the constructional line we drawn. So we'll select that and apply. So we get the arc and the line on the opposite side and press done. Now what we've done so far is unconstrained. So let's try to apply some dimensions to constrain them. So we choose our dimension command and click on this arc and drag away to apply dimensions. So let's apply a dimension of 40 mm. 40, enter. Okay, let's zoom in. This arc is also going to be same. So let's click on that and drag away and give it a dimension of 40. Enter. Great. The distance between these two lines, this and that, would also dimension it. So between this and that one, let's give it also 40 and enter. All right. So our drawing is constrained, but not really. Let's dimension a last part, which will be from this center all the way to the tip of this our line. Let's drag away and give it a dimension of 80 mm. Enter. Great. Let's right click and press OK. We would have to apply some material to the sketch. To do that, go up here to sheet metal default, click on that, and in the dialog box that has appeared, we see some sheet metal defaults. So for the sheet metal rule, default 18 millimeters, we'll leave it like that. This is the thickness of our sheet metal. For me, I'll leave it at 2 mm. If you have something else, if you have a different sheet thickness, you can specify that here. And then the material of our sheet metal, let's come down here. For me, I'll choose stainless steel. I'll leave all the other sections at default. Let's apply. Cancel. Okay, so you can go ahead and finish the sketch. Finish sketch. Let's apply volume to the sketch. To do that, click on the contour flange. Click on that here, and straight away we see the contour of the flange. Let's change some of the sections here. The profile has been selected already. Leave everything as it is and come down here to the width extent. So under the distance, we are going to make it mid-plane. We'll change that to 40 mm and apply. This is what we have now. On top of this body, we had some slot. To create those slots, first of all, let's flatten this our piece. Come up here, select the unfold option, click on it, and then it's asking us to specify some details. So the stationary reference, the reference we want to lie down in order to flatten the other part. Let's choose this face. And then it's asking us, do we want to include all the bends? So do we want to flatten every bend we have in this profile? Yes, we want to do that. So we'll select it and straight away we see how it's going to look, which is fine with us. So we'll apply and cancel that whole dialog box. Okay, so we'll choose the face we want to make our slot on. This is the face, so we'll select that and choose create sketch to create a sketch on that face. To create those slots, it will be best to create some constructional lines. It makes our life easier. So let's select the line command and choose the line constructional. So we'll select it from up here. And let's try to locate the midpoint of this line, which is here. We'll draw our first constructional line all the way down to the center of the other line and draw another constructional line that will be perpendicular to the first one we drew, which will be the midpoint of this line. So let's look for that. Once we see the green dot, we know we are in the middle. So we'll draw that to the other green midpoint. Right click and then OK. Now let's create the slot. So under the rectangle, let's drop it down and we see some options here. Choose the center point slot. We'll select that. Let's locate the intersection of these two constructional lines we just drew. So we click in them and drag down. Let's click again and then open it up by moving to your right or your left. Then click. We'll do same perpendicular to the slot we just made. So let's locate the center again. Once it turns green, we know we are there. Let's click, move to the right, click, and then come down to open it up. Let's click again. Let's right click and then OK. We forgot to deselect the constructional command, and so that is why we see these slots as constructional lines. But there's no problem, we can change them to solid lines. To do that, let's select those lines. So this one, hold down your control key, that, and this arc as well. This one also, that, and this, and deselect the construction command. Right click. Let's choose our dimension command, and here the center point here to this point, let's give it a dimension of 20. We'll do same for this point and that point. The distance between them, we'll give it 20 as well. Enter. Okay, and then these arcs, let's give them 5 mm. Likewise, this one you click and drag away 5. Enter, and now our sketch is fully constrained. Right click. Okay, let's now trim off some lines. So come up here, select the trim command, and see we are trimming these lines in the middle. So 1, this as well, 2, that, 3, this 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, let's right click and then OK. Finish your sketch, and then let's cut out this profile we just drew. To cut that out, select the cut command up here, cut, and the profile is already selected. So there's no need selecting the profile again, it's automatically selected. But it's asking us of the thickness it should cut. But we want it to cut to the thickness of our sheet metal. That is why it has thickness here. If you want to cut it differently, you can change that. But if we leave it as it is to the thickness of the sheet metal, even if we change the thickness of the sheet metal, it will still cut to the changed thickness. So this is fine. Let's press OK, and there we go. Let's try to fold it so we see how it looks folded. So let's hold down this side again, select it, and click on refold up here. Refold. And are we folding all the bends? Yes. So we'll select add all bends. We see how it's going to look. We are okay with it. Let's apply. Let's cancel so this dialog box goes off. Looks good. We'll go ahead and create some flaps or flange on these parts, this face and then that face. So we'll select our flange command up here. Flange, we click. And then first of all, let's choose those points we want to, or those lines we would want to apply the flanges to. So this one, choose the outer line. This, straight away we see a profile. That is what we like. And then that, let's select all 4 lines here, and then finally there. Okay, great. Now let's specify some details here. So it's asking us of the distance 25 mm is okay for me. If you have something different, you can change it accordingly. And these bend positions are how we want our bends to be. The first one is for the bend to be inside of our reference plane. The second is for the bend to be from adjacent face, which is what we want. So I'll select that. You can go ahead and look at the other options if that is what you want. And I'll leave everything as it is here and apply. These flange we just created had some holes in them. So let's create those holes. Let's select this face, click and create sketch. Let's drag this up a little. Okay, so we want to create a hole in the middle of this section. Let's use some reference lines to make things easier. So select the line command and make sure it's a constructional line by clicking on the construction command. Now let's locate the center of this line. So here it turns gray. We know we are at the midpoint of that line, and draw a vertical line to the other midpoint. Let's do same. Draw a horizontal line also across that face. Right click and then OK. Let's deselect the construction command so any further lines we draw are not constructional. Select it and turn it off. Alright, so let's select the circular command now and draw a circle right here in the middle. The diameter of the circle is 10 mm, so we specify that, enter, and straight away is constrained. Let's finish the sketch and cut out this hole. To cut out the hole, select the cut command. File automatically that sketch we just drawn is selected. We want to cut the thickness of the sheet metal, and so we are not going to change anything here. We'll press OK. Let's try to mirror this hole on the opposite flange. To do that, let's select the hole. We can select it from the work tree here. So we select the hole and choose the mirror command up here. Mirror. We want to mirror across the XY plane, so we'll select that and press OK. These holes are also seen on the other two flange on our left. Let's mirror again to get them over there. So we'll select our two, first the mirrored hole and the initial one we did, the cut, and mirror them. Let's choose our mirror command again and select the plane we want to mirror across. So you choose the YZ plane, press OK, and there we go. Now let's try to round some corners and apply chamfer. So come up here, choose the corner round command. We select those areas we want to apply the corners to. So let's choose this, that. I'll go with the default dimension of 6 millimeters it is showing, and that as well. Let's click on apply. Now for the chamfer, we can also select that option and apply some chamfers here. I'll go with the default dimension of 5 mm. You can change it to your preference. So let me select those 4 lines here and then there. Let's apply and then close this box. I hope you had fun recreating this. If you did, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Like this video, it helps it reach a lot more people. Share this with your other card buddies. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'll be glad to read them. See you soon. Bye.